And then also, fast forward, like when I was in the NBA, the middle of my career, my NBA, my fiance left me. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. She left me, and then a week later, I got released from Houston. So that was another moment where I had to do like a lot of self-reflect. And, even though it was later on in my life, I feel like it was a big identity moment for me because it was like, who do I want to be? Mm-hmm. How do I want to carry myself? How do I want to be a father in my child's life? I started thinking about more, serious things.
Talk about the headspace you're in at that point. We skipped past a great Final Four run at Syracuse where ball is everything,
yep.
Right? Like, so I remember acting like I was mellow and shooting, I didn't even hoop just because I remember what Syracuse ball was, like all the way back for me to like Lawrence Moten, And so you have that run, you're the rookie of the year. Now you've bounced around to like 5 teams in 5 years. And, like you said, your fiance leaves and, your newborn baby is gone. You're traded and then waived. And now you're in this position where, all right, you're trying to figure out who you want to be. And the 2 people that are going to make you who you need to be the most aren't there. What headspace were you in and what were the steps that you took to get back closer to them?
Yeah, I mean, when that happened, bro, I'm not even going to lie. Like, it was the lowest moment of my life. Like, I had deep depression. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, bro. Like, I felt like I had no purpose in life. All the noises that you hear from being an athlete, like those, the comments, they was all in my mind. And then most importantly, I wasn't, a father, to my child. I didn't get to be there every day. And I didn't get to be with my fiance who, I loved and, I still love. But, I was at the lowest point. Like, I didn't know, what I wanted. I didn't even know if I wanted to be alive at the time. Like, I was really, like, at that point of time of, like, deep depression. Depression runs in my family, so it's hard. Like, it's a hard thing to deal with. And at that time, it was just the lowest of me.
When did you find out about your grandmother's suicide?
That's tough, man. I always knew she committed suicide, but the details and, that was something that wasn't really talked about in my family. Like, It was like, I don't know too much about my grandmother. Like, it's like a forbidden kind of secret.
Really?
It's just such a touchy subject. I spoke to people that were like at the funeral later on. They're like, it's one of the worst funerals they ever been to. Because my mom was 20, my aunt was 18, I believe, and I was a newborn. So there was a lot of trauma, going on, at that time. It was tough.